Hey guys, I haven't done a video in a while, so I decided to do a comparison video with the Canic Mete SFT clear and the CZ P10C. Okay, put those away. The guns are clear. Okay. First up is the EDC, the CZ P10C. All right. Aesthetically pleasing. You know, it's a nice looking gun. Nice ergos. Nice beaver tail here. You get all the way up underneath the beaver tail there. Grip texture aggressive, but it holds. Easy to reach mag release, and it's very positive. You know, you press it, it falls out. Take down like a Glock. You got a pick rail for your lights. You have nice sights. You have nice blacked out rear sights, iron sights, glow in the dark front sights. I put maybe 1,200 rounds through this. And it's no failures so far. So I think it's past the point where it's you know, it will protect you. Serrations, front and rear serrations, which really hold. You know, you can rack it from here. You know, you can rack it if you want, and it's a press check. You're not going to slip off of these. These serrations are really like sharp, so you're not going to slip off of them. So those are good. It shoots very flat. It's a very flat shooting gun, very accurate, and it's the EDC. Okay, the Canic Mete SFT. This is a full-size gun. I've put on the magwell. This, you get two magazines, one with 18, one with 20. When loaded, the 18 one with the magwell, very hard to put in. They're not as easy to go in like the CZ. Release though, they release really quick and easy. The slide release here. This is at first I was worried about the slide release because I kind of ride the slide release, but I kind of like this one because it you know, you just find it, you know, just drop the slide. While the CZ basically have more of a slide stop than a slide release. You know, it's very small and everything, but after you put rounds through it, you know, you can work it. Although I don't generally use it, I just use the like that, and so I don't really use them. But like with the Canic, when you finish it load, it's just right there. You know, you feel it more than you feel the P10C. Also has a pick rail for your lights. There's a pick rail for your light as well. But this is optic cut. The CZ is not optic cut. You can get it optic cut. You can see it's a much larger gun. Iron sights, but they don't glow in the dark, and I don't like the dots on the back. And it's a little bit of a wider sight. I don't like when it's this wide. The CZ sight is real tight, so when you get that front sight in there, you know a little more right on target. They both shoot accurate, but I just don't like the sights. They're kind of just wide on this. And another thing, they're extremely sharp, and the serrations might look fancy and everything, but they don't hold like the CZ. So I'd be careful if you like to rack like this. I wouldn't rack like this. And if you're going press checker, you know, you can, but just be mindful. I was racking the slide the other day with this, like this, and I slipped, and you can see my cuticle dug out right there, man. That was painful because these are super sharp. So I'd be very careful because they look good, but they don't really hold as well as you might think they look. This is a little more snappier than the CZ. But it still, it comes back down, right back on target. You have a chamber indicator here, or I think this is more of a trigger indicator. I think this tells you that the trigger is hot. I think the chamber indicator is here, while the CZ has a chamber indicator here. When you load this, it pops out and you see a red. I think this is the trigger indicator. When it's red, I think it's telling you that the trigger is hot, because this comes with a dry fire trigger. Because at first I was confused, because I thought that's the wall, but that's not the wall. When you reach there, you have a little bit more trouble before you hit the wall. But when you hit that wall, boy, this is probably the best striker fire trigger. Well, I've fired. This is the break, and this is the reset. Phenomenal trigger. And as I say, it has a dry fire trigger, car. When you dry fire, you can feel like this is a wall, and then you can just, yeah, the CZ doesn't. When the CZ trigger breaks, it just breaks. But it has a good trigger, the CZ. There's no traveling distance. That's the wall and like glass, and it has a good reset too. But I give the trigger to the Canic. The Canic definitely has a better trigger. Carry this all day. This and this are, the CZ is heavier than the Canic for some reason. When the mag is in, maybe the Canic is about the same, but without the mags, the CZ, in my opinion, is heavier. I'm going to look it up and see what the weight is, because the CZ to me feels heavier, and it's the compact gun. I guess because this has been, they trimmed down the slide a lot of trimming to fancy it up, so maybe that's why it feels lighter than the CZ. The CZ only has the trimming for the serrations, so maybe that's why. But carrying, definitely little heavier for a compact gun, but it's secure. When you carry it, you can't see it. If you carry it appendix, nobody's seeing this. While if you carry this appendix, you're going to have a slight bulge, especially if you have on the magwell and it has a longer handle. They both have undercuts. Not bad. I think the CZ has the better undercut, because I've shot a few rounds through this, and you feel like you're going to get Glock knuckle, while the CZ, I've never really felt any the knuckle being bruised or anything, but definitely I felt it with the Canic. It has a little more of a cutout here on the trigger guard, I guess, for when you're holding like this, I guess. Yeah, but as I said, be very careful if you're rocking the slide. Be mindful that this is extremely sharp. Like, it's not like the CZ one where it's kind of rounded off. It's not as sharp. This is super, super sharp. So I'd be careful of that if you're going to rock the slide. Like this or like this. Just make sure you hold on. With a press checking, they have this little cut here. I generally just put my thumb there and just do like that, just for safety. I just make sure I have a little like that if I go and press check. Yeah, but they're both very nice firearms. The Mete gets the trigger by far, landslide. Shootability, I give the CZ the edge in shooting. It's not as snappy as the Canic. Capacity definitely goes to the Canic. Concealability, the CZ. Optic, definitely the Canic, because it has optic plates. They both have rails. It's a close match, but my life would depend on this. This has passed 1,000 rounds. This hasn't reached 1,000 rounds, and I have 2 failures with this. I had a stovepipe, and I had a failure to feed. The barrel on this looks slightly smaller than the CZ's barrel, because I have a snap cap that I use, and it's beat up. It's a beat up snap cap. But if I put it in the CZ and eject it, it shoots out. If I put it in the Canic and I do that, it's not coming out. So something also to be mindful of. But they both run so far, apart from the 2 failures by the Canic. But as I said, it hasn't passed 1,000 round Z, the breaking point, to see how well it really goes. So maybe it just didn't work with the ammo I was using. I was using some Federal on 15 grain. This eats everything. This is a glutton. It eats everything. Yeah, so that's my comparison of the CZ-P10C and the Canic Mete SFT. Everyday carry, definitely the CZ. Get some more rounds through this. This probably would be a nice like competition gun if I get the optic on it. Yeah, it'd probably be a nice, cause it has that kind of trigger. If you're going to do like go to the range and try to do drills and thing, I think this is the better gun for doing that. But you have to get rounds through it to make sure that it doesn't have any more issues with loading or ejecting. And I think I got to get to working on the mag, especially with the magwell loading. Those magazines is kind of stiff going in. Release pretty easy, but getting in it's kind of to get that click in. While the CZ, when you bam, it's just in like that when it's loaded. So yeah, so it's almost it's a close race, but carry purpose is definitely going to be the CZ-P10C. Yeah. Okay, guys. Hope that was helpful.